Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Dragon Culture Media proudly brings to you the Command Center. And today in the Command Center, we have our original guest that started it all with me here on this
Oh,
channel,
yeah.
Miss Anjanette from MemeVibe. Anjanette, how are you this morning?
Good. 5 o'clock in the afternoon in my world, 28 degrees centigrade, so like 1,000 in yours. And yeah, Africa, baby.
Well, we are absolutely thrilled to have you on this week. And as always, my partner in crime, Miss Mac. Mac, how are you this morning?
Tired but ready.
All right. I feel like that's kind of the norm for us. You know, she's always tired because her day's just starting. I'm always tired because my day's just ending. And then
Well,
we got Anjanette there
Oh.
that's kind of somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, I'm just all nice and perky because it's 5 o'clock, so I'm smack bang in the middle. I've had a good night's sleep. I've had a good day, afternoon snooze. So I'm hundreds.
Jimmy Buffett's right about you today. 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yes, exactly. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right. Well,
I'm usually an insomniac, so it's like I don't sleep, and then I'm up to like 2 or 3.
Gosh.
And then in the day, I'm just
Yeah.
I'm dragging, and then as soon as evening hits, I'm wide awake.
Oh my goodness me. Isn't that the way of the insomniac game?
Mhm.
well, night shifts is kind of the same way. I mean, here the last couple of days, I've been getting to bed about somewhere between 3 and 4 when I normally go to bed around 2. And so it's weird because I get up with plenty of energy, but then I feel tired the next morning, and then I get a random burst of energy, and I'm back up till about 3 and 4. So I don't know. My sleep schedule is just all over the place.
Yeah. Now, I like to make sure that doesn't matter what time I go to sleep in the morning, early hours of the morning, that I get at least 7 hours in. But I'm lucky. I work for myself. I work from home. So if I only roll into the office at about 9 or 10 o'clock, that's fine. My PA is taking care of business. That's cool. I can at least catch up on the sleep. Yeah.
Well, normally we start with an icebreaker, and it looks like Anjanette came in with the dang bulldozer on the ice, but that's okay. But we still start things off, and so Anjanette, we were talking about it a little bit off stream, and one of the things we like to start off with on the show is we like to ask our guests what their favorite Saturday morning cartoons were. And you were saying something around the lines of when you grew up, there were no Saturday morning cartoons. You got your butt outside and played.
Yeah, TV only came to South Africa in 1975, I think. And I was already 9 years old then. So when we got up, we went and played outside. And you let your parents sleep late a bit, and all the neighborhood kids would just gather and go and play. And then you just have the mom shouting from the various verandas for you to come in for breakfast, and then we disappear again. So that's how we grew up. But I will tell you, with with my children, I mean, they were born 87, 89, and 91, which is, I think, round about your age group. So I do remember putting on cartoons in the morning because, kids get up at ungodly hours. So you can turn the TV on so that they can watch cartoons so that you can just sleep for another hour or two. And I remember it was Mickey Mouse and Looney Tunes and Ariel, the movie Ariel, Little Mermaid. That got played to death. Princess Bride. I could which is the other one? Anyway, there's a lot of them that I could probably recite line for line if it started to play now, because we watch them so often. But anyway, so yeah, I watched cartoons through my children.
Well, I'd say, I don't have any kids, but I'd say a lot of parents did that same thing. I seem to remember with my age group and like me specifically, I got to watch. I was a fortunate kid. I did have a little TV in my bedroom as a kid.
Nice.
I had a Sega Genesis, and so like I had a Sega Genesis in my bedroom, and I had a Nintendo 64 in the living room, and they had to like the Genesis was the one that it stayed in my bedroom, and the 64 stayed in the living room. Like they each had their spot, and so the N64 was kind of like the friends and family console. If like family came over, we pulled it out, played it, whatnot, and then so yeah, and then like I did watch cartoons in the mornings because like my mom and dad at the time they stayed in bed, and we lived in a community, but my mom was also the type that she wanted to know where I was, so she felt more comfortable with me being up and watching cartoons because she knew where I was and she knew I wasn't getting in trouble or whatever. Well, she wasn't worried about anyone else. She was worried about me getting into something and getting in trouble. So
yeah, I think. Sorry, there's a mosquito flying around Africa. I think the thing is that by the time you guys or my children that are your age grew up, the world had changed already, and I didn't feel as safe letting my children just be out. I think we as a generation were a lot more paranoid than our parents were. I mean, our parents were like, they almost never die. They'll be fine type of thing. And off we went, and we came home for meals, and that was it. But when mine grew up, we as a generation were a little bit more paranoid about safety. So we wanted to know where our kids were. So I don't know what shifted in the world. I know from growing up in South Africa, with the political instability and all of that, you did want to know your kids were safe and where you could see them.
Right.
God, there goes my Great Dane. She just went running through the house. But in any case, I think that's maybe why, we didn't let our kids go play. So, and it coincided with cartoons on TV in the morning and things like that. So it was, I blame us for you. We raised you soft. We gave you all the things we couldn't have as kids.
My mom used to tell me all the time, she was like, she knew the kind of kid she was, and she used to always say that I was, personality wise, I was the spitting image of her as a kid. So she was like, she always had to know where I was because she knew how she was. And so she put a little bit of her own fear of how she was into me. So
oh, shame, man. I also have a theory about that. I also think that I was a little Miss Goody Two Shoes. I mean, other than being cheeky as hell and always getting into shit at school or with authority figures for being cheeky. That's what they called it in our days, cheeky. And there goes the other one. I've got two Great Danes. So I was a Miss Goody Two Shoes, so I expected my children would be. And then my children were naughty, especially my eldest daughter. She got up to it, well, all of them. And when they're raising their kids now, they're super strict. So it's almost like it's a weird thing. If you were good, you expect your kids to be good, but your kids grow up naughty. But then they know what they were like as kids, so they're super strict with their kids again. So that's where it comes from. Yeah. I showed the Beast. Hello, the Beast and Crazy Clown Town.
So yeah, but Anjanette's been killing it over on her channel with all of the AI videos that you've been doing, and then are they the ones you're making? Are they all for the intros for Tuesday night's main event?
Oh no, Tuesday night's main event is just one little thing that I started doing more by accident than by anything. So I just do one every week. Now I'm focusing on music videos.
Okay.
Which
did you not good music videos?
Yeah, and I was trying to. I do dance music because it's copyright free, but lately a bunch of freaks have popped out of the woodwork, and I'm getting hit with copyright claim there. And I heard him say on TNME that 90% of the time it's frauds.
It's the AI.
Yeah.
It flags it for unoriginal content, even though it's copyright free. They just don't understand the whole copyright system, and it's kind
Yeah,
of
no, I
a
get
flaw in the
claimed.
system.
Yeah, no, mine's different. I get claimed by like Sony Music or this one or that one for the melody and the tune, or the
Wow.
melody and the lyrics. So you don't get claimed because you've used an artist's music, which is allowed to use on YouTube. You get claimed for the melody and the lyrics, which is
Yeah.
just weird, because it doesn't normally happen if I do a music video.
They
But if
they don't understand that it's a cover.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got to
Mhm.
dispute everything. So when I eventually got to my 500 subs and then my 3,000 watch hours, where I could now have memberships and super chats, they didn't give me memberships. And they said it's because I get copyright claims for, it's not a strike. It's just that if you do get monetized, the video might not be monetized. But I mean, I didn't go into YouTube for monetization. It's just a creative outlet and,
Right.
somewhere where I used to post the stuff I did. And then it came that one or two people said, how do you do it? And they were asking me questions about what tools I use and whatever. So I put up a little thing on YouTube and I said, look, if I did this live stream showing you what I do and how I do it, would anyone be interested? And 98% of 55 people that answered, a whole 55, said they would. And I mean, I'm happy with a live audience of 10. I mean, I'm not like,
Mhm.
We have a lot of great people in your chat. Like I spend a
I
lot of time
know.
there when I can.
Yeah, you're awesome to have. Then you've also been there, Dracon. So yeah, doing the live streams was just, it wasn't something that was supposed to be a daily thing. It was just going to be to show one or two. But I figured if I'm working on a project, I might as well live stream it. Why
Right.
not? But now I'm demonetized, by the way. Did you know? I got hit with the same shit that Jay got hit with. Inauthentic and mass-produced content. So I've also now had to do an appeal video. Thank goodness. And it just shows God works in mysterious ways, because if I wasn't doing the live streams, I wouldn't have concrete proof. Put it this way, my proof wouldn't be as rock solid as it is when I can pull up bits from my live streams and say, look, yeah, this is me doing it. AI is a tool, but I'm the one who controls how the image turns out. I'm the one who controls the animation. I'm the one who edits it together. So hopefully it gets overturned.
That does kind of, it does kind of worry me a little bit with our channel here, where I do the AI music and everything, but I also limit myself to one song a week. Like I don't just churn out songs. I mean, I kind of do have a lot in the back burner, but I limit myself to one song a week every Monday at noon.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping that if we ever do get monetized here, that will help, protect the channel a bit. Also, one of the things that I'm going to be doing is I've got the second channel just for the Bonneville Blues. And once this campaign for the first album ends, all the music's going to be over there on that channel. And then this channel is just going to be the podcast. So.
Okay. But that's just it, James. I don't even do a song a week. I released the prologue for Fearless album 2 weekends ago. And then I only released, it was almost 2 weeks before I released a new song. The one before that was Son of Pain, and that's already a month ago. So I don't even release a song maybe once a week, possibly every 2 weeks, depends on how long I take, because I don't put a deadline on it. The TNME thing is something I do every week. And if there's other little things in between, I post it. So it's not even like I'm churning out like songs every 3 days. That just doesn't happen. It's just crazy. But in any case, I don't waste time crying about shit I can't change. I've put my video in the appeal and we'll see what happens.
I think YouTube also, I mean, I'm saying that while we're here on YouTube, but I think YouTube also intentionally throttles new channels. I'm seeing a lot of people talk about how they're wanting to focus on certain people only, and
Mm,
they intentionally limit new channels to prevent them from getting big. The people who are established are already established, so they don't mess with them as much. But I think,
yeah.
like in Jay's case specifically, I think when he showed that one episode that got him hit the first time a couple weeks ago, I think
Mm.
I think that alerted someone, and so now he's essentially got a bully now that someone keeps
Yes,
hitting him.
yes, so someone's got his, and then he went and played another shot where he wasn't thinking that had
Hmm.
a ding ding as well. And I mean, that was purely by accident. So, yeah, I do think he's being unfairly targeted. But YouTube really went out of their way to boost me and to promote me.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I looked where they were placing my work, they still do. I still get, I do feel they do a lot. But I think the problem is that the AI is unreliable. So I think
Mm.
they just think that, well, 60% of the time AI is getting it right. So the 40%, the person can go through the appeals process. But they don't consider that, for people like Jay, this is their livelihood. For me, it's a little side hustle, whatever. But
Mhm.
Right.
for other people, it's their livelihood. Their whole livelihood is based on YouTube. It's their job. It's their daytime square job. And now
Yeah.
your money's just gone while you've got to fight some stupid little appeal. So I do feel for people that go through that. But anyway, it is what it is.
Yeah, this is just a little hobby for me at the moment. I mean, I do have goals to get it monetized eventually because
Mm,
I would like to give, Makara there a little something something for her help
mm.
being my co-host. But yeah, it's just a hobby for me at the moment. But I hear so much about other people getting picked on just through other things that I watch. So there's definitely something going on, and they keep changing their algorithm, and it seems like that it just keeps getting worse. So like I think there are
Mhm.
Mm.
people trying to work on it, but by trying to fix it, they just keep making it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when they did an update and all those updates were making it not work for a while.
Hmm.
And we were all
Yeah.
talking with YouTube and it's like, hello. And they're like, yeah, we're working on it. It's like, okay.
Yeah. When they have the monopoly, it's easy to experiment and take their chances because where are most people going to go? But I believe there is Rumble. I could always stream. I've got a
Well,
Rumble account. I just never use it.
there's
But I,
Rumble, there's Kick, there is Twitch, but Twitch is
Mm,
so communistic. Like it's so communist, it's not even funny. It's
I
like
get banned the first day after the first stream.
yep,
like
pretty
it,
much.
it's a double-edged sword with Twitch because I
Mm.
hear that Twitch doesn't use AI, they use people, but all of their people are politically biased.
Uh,
So
yeah, I don't want to be anywhere where, I mean, it's bad enough that you have to think because I believe there are certain words you can't use on YouTube.
mhm.
Clearly, I haven't used them yet, but yeah, I'm not used to having to watch what I say or censor myself. Obviously, time and place. I brought my kids up with there's a time and there's a place. So,
Yeah.
so if I'm with like an important client or whatever, I always feed off whatever my client is giving me. So if the client drops an F bomb here or there, if one slips into the conversation from my side, after a suitable amount of time has passed, that I've impressed him with what I know, that an F bomb's not going to matter, then yes,
Right.
but it just depends. But for the most part, I do try and watch my P's and my Q's. But sometimes it just slips out because it is the new way we talk. If you
Yeah.
think about it, dropping an F bomb isn't such a big thing anymore. It's just the way people speak. My aunt is 76 and she still F bombs royally when we're out in the shops, and I'm like, oh my God.
It's crazy because like we're kind of like in this cultural in between thing with curse words right now, because like there's certain areas that you don't curse, like it's just not really culturally acceptable. It's not that someone's going to say something to you, but you might get a dirty look here and there, which
Yeah.
can be embarrassing. But like going to the grocery store, but then you go out to eat or whatever, and there's people cursing left and right. If you go to a steakhouse, and everyone's laughing, having a good time. You go to a bar, obviously, you're gonna hear
Yeah.
some choice words.
Yeah.
But I feel like I seem to remember when I was a kid, 20, 25 years ago. And I don't, maybe it was because I was a kid, but I don't think it was. It was not acceptable to cuss around a kid. Like if there was an adult, if it was just two adults in the room, like my mom's like, you don't want to go in there. They're going to say things you don't need to hear.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So adults could cuss around each other, but you don't cuss around a kid. And that's the way I remember it in the 90s. These
Yeah.
days, I hear people, in their homes, and they're saying the most god awful things you can imagine around their kids, and they don't think nothing about it. Now, I'm not
Yeah.
being judgmental. I'm just pointing out the difference of,
Yes.
from 20,
Yeah.
25 years ago.
Yeah, it's lost. Cussing for the most part has lost its what is the word?
Like allure.
I don't want to say it's lost its power, but it's not as frowned upon as it was before. I raised my kids because look, I didn't really swear until my first secretary, and she swore like a freaking trooper. When you're working around someone the whole time, then you pick up. And then, yeah, and my husband's side of the family also, F-bombs got dropped. So, yeah, but I brought my kids up. I always say to them, I've earned the right to swear. You haven't. Wait until you're older. And now it's actually too funny. But then I forget my grandchildren aren't babies anymore either, because the one is 16, turning 17 now in June, and the other one's just turned 15. And I mean, they are the sweetest kids. You never hear a swear word come out their mouth. But when they're gaming,
the gamer words come
I
out.
know.
people like, Kayla, and they're just like, sorry, am I gaming in a back? I can't talk now. And then off it goes. And then I'm like shocked because my sweet little blonde, angelic, blue-eyed little princess just said this word. But it's while they're gaming. I don't worry because, I mean, it's good kids. Swearing doesn't make you a plonker. So it's fine.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have kids, but I raised my nieces and nephews for a little bit, and they usually practically lived with me. And I was like, you ever get a Lego in the arch of your foot? You can't, or stub your toe on a toy that you asked them to put away. It's like, they're like, you swore. It's like, I'm an example of what not to do.
Yes, that's a good move. Yeah, that's a good move. But let's be honest. If you've stubbed your toe on something,
Oh,
shit,
something coming out. It's coming out.
is not cutting it. I'm sorry.
Top of your lungs.
Yeah, no. That calls for an F-bomb for sure. There's just certain things that you can't mess around with it. Oh gosh, I stubbed
Or
my
you
toe.
hit your small toe on like the corner of a table or something, and you think it's broke.
I did that on a child gate. It's like,
Enough. My worst is always on the corner of a desk or a counter when you're walking past. And I'm normally my dogs, I don't know if you can hear them barking. I'm normally always in a rush somewhere, and then I just misjudge it slightly, and then that corner hits you in your thigh. And fat is sensitive, so it really hurts. Shit, hold on. Jack, Smiley, hold on quickly. I just need to get rid of these dogs.
Oh, pets. Anjanette's getting harassed by her dogs today. I was getting harassed by my cats this morning.
My dog is sleeping, so I'm good.
Yeah, no, they're going to
Yeah.
come in. Yeah, I don't want them. I know this sounds majorly pretentious, but I put down a rug on top of the Persian carpet, so they're not lying on the Persian. The beast says, all you foul-mouthed heathens. Crazy Clown says he hardly ever swears. Morris, we need to put down that rug first. Yeah, I'm not.
He hardly ever.
Yeah.
So I know I've got some questions about South Africa, but before we get into that, I was going to see if Mac has any questions for you.
I think we pretty much been talking in her show, but any interesting projects moving forward that you're dabbling into?
I am busy animating the Fearless album, and then every time a new song comes up, I'm all flustered. I'm thinking, how am I going to animate this one? So yeah, I've done the prologue, and I've done the first song, which is War of Ages, that just dropped. And then I did Heat from Far Away all the way back in December. So the next one up is, I think, Royal Guard of the Realm or something. Anyway, it's the next song is coming up that I've got to start mapping out and working on. And then I've got to think of something for TNME this week.
Well, I know
no idea.
Well, I know that you have a lot of good dance songs that you like to use, which is awesome. So you have a whole lot that you can reuse and redo and make different things with. Are you ever gonna get into creating Chat GPT songs where you can add them to your own videos?
I'm not musically inclined at all. I mean, if I sing, paint peels off the walls, literally. I think that's why.
Well, I mean, like me and James do. We kind of have our own songs that we use for our videos. Especially for me, because it's I got a little tired of going through YouTube Music or YouTube Studios with the editing. So it's okay, well, I can't do it all the time, but I have a song that I like to use right now that I made, and James was kind enough to help me with.
Yeah. Now, well, Manotha has twice now, while we were working on the TNME theme, he has he did the Fraggle Rock song as a placekeeper so that I don't have to use a dance song and risk getting claimed by some third-party arsehole. But the problem is that the Fraggle Rock song he wrote was just so damn good. And he does it on AI as well. So he just did it quickly while we were on stream busy creating. And he sent it to me on X. I dropped it and actually sent me two. But that particular one was just so funny that I actually ended animating it to the song. And then when we did the I.Tricks or Asterix and Obelix, he did another song which I used, but then I also used the Dan Basque song, because I know Jeremy likes the Dan Basque music. So, but it's difficult to animate online, to edit it together when I can't use the song that I'm going to drop it with. If you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a bit awkward.
Now, was the one that you and I collabed with together, was that the first one that you animated? Was that the first music video that you did?
I think it was. The I.Dots Mobilize.
Mm-hmm.
I think yours was the first one, yes. Because after that, I did something for Paul McCracken. I did that one that I said to, I was going to do it to Heat from Far Away. He also wanted, like you wanted, the brief was to animate something for the fellowship. I think you saw what I did with I.Dots Mobilized, which Jeremy loved. I got bumped from TNME that week for I.Dots Mobilized. So, yeah. So you were the first time TNME bumped me for something else, although my fingerprints were on that one. So yeah, it was yours, and then I did the Glorious Death with the Headless Horseman for Fill My Cracker.
That was good.
Yeah, I only did half the song though. I didn't do the full 5 minutes, and then I did your Christmas song.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I did Song of the White Wolf, and I did Heat from Far Away. And then I started sort of dabbling on a regular basis, because that's where my real passion lies, is just finding the perfect animation and letting it land on the beats and the editing so that it works together, the song and the animations. So yeah, that's my real passion.
Well, I mean, if you ever want to, you're more than welcome to, search through the backlog that I've built up on this channel. And if you find one that you want, let me know, and I can send you the source song so you can use it.
Yes, no, definitely. And likewise, if there's anything you want me to animate, like for real, maybe not IDOT related, just
Right.
like I do with the others. Have you seen War of Ages, the full song?
I didn't catch the full song. I watched a little bit of it last night. I had saw it, but I was at work, so I got distracted.
Okay. Yeah, and it is a whole 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes song, 5 minutes 50. It's very long.
This album that I'm
Yeah.
working on for my AI band, a lot of the songs are really long, but I love them, and it's they're flying by, like they're long songs, but then I'm listening to them and I'm enjoying them, and I'm like, oh man, that went by quick, and I look, I'm like, oh crap, that was almost 10 minutes.
Oh wow, that is long,
So,
eh? Yeah,
there's a
I tell
couple of
you,
them that are 7 minutes long. I've got some 4-minute long ones. So, but yeah, Monday is the song Bonneville Blues drops, and then the band's name
cool.
is Bonneville Blues. So the one that
Yeah.
drops Monday, I'm doing this whole think of like a movie and song form. So you know how like there's
Yeah.
musicals, think of the reverse. Think of a song that tells like a story instead of
Yes.
a story that's being told through song. It's so the Bonneville Blues is a fictional band. And so the second song is their namesake. They named themselves after the bar where they got started, called the Bonneville Blues. Now the band is spelled BLOO, and then the bar was like blues, like the genre. So
okay. And I like songs that tell a story and I love animating songs, which is probably why I enjoy doing the Fearless ones. But sometimes there's songs that, like Joy, I did Joy, and there wasn't really much in the way of lyrics because there's not a story being told. It's more of a gospel song. So it's just repeating certain lines and that. But that was fun to do because you could just go. And I decided to go with like a nature theme for that one, So yeah, sometimes it's nice to do a story, and other times it's nice just to go with the flow.
I've really hit my stride with this AI band, so I'm really hoping that it takes off. I've got this whole plan to do like an hour-long special with all the songs in one video, and me explaining the songs like in between, like 2 songs play, and then I pop in, do a little talking point, and then 2 songs play, so on and so on.
Yeah.
So,
and how did you start with this, James? How did you start? That you sometimes you dabble with different things and then you end up on something that actually just takes you forward. So what was that got you to this?
So first thing is, like, I had heard through some political talking heads, they were singing doom and gloom because of AI and how AI was advancing and everything. And then I saw that there was a mobile app. So I found the mobile app Suno AI, started playing around with it and everything. And it just kind of literally snowballed. And then I got the idea for iDot which was my first, like, it was a meme song, but it was still catchy and you would want to re-listen to it even though it was a meme song.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, that's when I contacted you, and I was like, man, I think this would be really cool to have a music video to it.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, you were my first commission.
yeah.
You were
And
my
so
first
like
person that I actually, okay, it was yeah, it wasn't huge, but I mean, it was just nice to actually make something from something I do as well. So thank
so
you.
I think I have 3 songs with music videos. I've got the 2 that
Mm,
you did for me, and then
mm.
I made a song for the Unfiltered Outlaws, and so Beast made a music video for that one.
Yes. The Beast, your
So
work is fantastic as well. I don't know if the Beast is still in the chat, but I like what the Beast does as well.
Yeah, he does great stuff.
Mm,
So yeah, and then I told you before that I would like to eventually like have all my songs have music videos, but
mm.
that's time consuming and that requires getting someone else to do it because I'm not that great of an editor. Yeah, Beast reminded me, Vindicta did
Yes,
that.
I was going to
We
say
worked together.
Vindicta.
Yeah, we worked
Yeah,
together on that one. That
I
one, I
saw
don't
that.
know, like
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like there's like divine intervention in some of my ideas. Like it's just an
Mm.
idea that just comes to me. And so I hop on my computer, I start writing. And then once I get to where I like, then I pop it into Suno, see what it gives me.
Yeah. No,
Well,
there's
it's
So
like
definitely a lot of
um,
divine intervention involved, I tell you. Yeah, but anyway.
it's like the lyrics in my song to make the ghost of an idea feel real, and so everything just kind of animates and come to life. It's
mhm.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's how ideas flourish.
Yeah, and
Eh,
sometimes you're doing it on the fly as well
mhm,
because it's not like I ever go into a project knowing I've got a vague idea of what I want and I feed that
mhm,
into ChatGPT and say, look, this is the direction I want to go in. This is the background. This is the history, especially with like the Fearless album, because Lydlith has done all the research when I was going to do Heat from Far Away. Gave me all this research she'd done. So I still use that, but I still don't have an idea. And sometimes it's just when you see that first animation that
mhm,
you know, okay, this is going to work. Um, the one that I did for the Trump meme, where they were all animals,
mhm,
the TME, and the first one I generated was Mike as a warthog. And then I put, what's his name, Kada on top of him, like Pumbaa and Timon. And when I
yeah.
animated that, and Mike's little afro was going crazy, and Pumbaa's, what's his name, Kada is sitting on top there, and I laughed so hard. And then I knew, okay, I can work with this.
It was like
But yeah,
I've dabbled in different AI things, and I found that my stride really is in the music part.
mm,
I mean, like with the intro this morning.
yeah.
I wasn't able to get anyone to really do an animation for you this morning, which
Oh, I'm sorry
it
when I dropped
happens.
on that time.
It's
Just
fine. It happens.
yeah.
We all get busy and stuff. We all have day jobs. So,
Mm,
I get it. And so I was like, well, so I hopped on Grok and I was like, well, let's see what I can do with the thumbnail. Maybe I can get the thumbnail animated. And it turned out,
yeah,
decent
man.
enough that I was willing to put it on the show. So,
Yeah, and I bet you if you started playing around a bit more, um, don't have a deadline or anything. Just play around and say, okay, you've got the first image done, you've animated it, go to the next one, go to the next one, and just see where it goes.
oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
The source image here, let me see if I can find it. If I can find it, I'll share it. But the original source image, so I used, obviously for your face, I used one of the images from your X account, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
but then the actual source image,
Yeah, you
I
made
don't
me look
think.
very, very young on your thumbnail. Thank you for that.
Flattery will get you
uh,
everywhere.
I don't think I have it on my computer anymore. That sucks.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
it's yeah,
there was
yeah.
a source image that was there was a source image that was like a 90s bedroom that had like all like 90s/80s bedroom, and it had like a kid dressed up like the White Ranger, and someone was dressed up like Ultraman, and
Oh, yeah.
another one was dressed like a Kamen Rider, and then they had like Ninja Turtles and Jurassic Park posters on the walls and everything. And so that was the source image that I used, and had it replace each of us, like put us in to the image
Yeah.
instead and everything. And then I threw in the logos of all the channels that, you know, we're all kind of associated with and watch and whatnot, because I thought that would be cool. Instead of like IP posters, we just got little Easter eggs in there for
Yes.
everyone.
Easter eggs. Easter eggs are the best when you can hide them in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So that was actually fun to do. But no, I find my stride in my music, and I find that I enjoy it more when I can just hand off the project to someone else and like, hey, I got this song. Can you work on the video for me? And I tend to enjoy doing that more.
Yeah. And you and the Beast make a good team, because what I've seen of what he has animated for you has really been good, and it suits. So yeah.
So I had some questions about South Africa that I was fascinated about.
Yes.
So my first experience of South Africa was actually from a movie called what was it? The Color of Friendship, I believe is what it was called. It was a Disney Channel movie, and it was about a South African white girl got put in a student exchange program and came to America. And it was controversy because it was the 80s and she was put into a black family home.
Oh, yeah.
And so it was really interesting. It was a race-based narrative. And I went back recently and watched it, but it didn't feel like today's politics. It was more about coming together and not hating each other. And
it was very tasteful. It was very tasteful.
Yeah.
And I remember really liking it growing up. And the reason why I bring that up is because there were some questions about South Africa that they presented in that movie that I had for you. I wanted to see if they got it right or if it was just completely fabricated. And I think the biggest one was they said that they call traffic lights robots.
Yes.
Okay. I've always wondered about that. I've always wondered if that was real or not.
Yeah, no, it's robots.
Okay.
Absolutely, it's called robots.
Okay.
When the robot's red, you must stop. When it's orange, you put your foot down and you accelerate and you go.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. It's called robots. What else?
So, well, that's really the main one. But now they presented, they showed it as that she was from, they called it a middle-class family, but they did have servants. Now, is that common in South Africa for middle class to have servants?
Yeah, no. Look, we've got high unemployment, so I don't know, especially if you're working. I can't remember. I grew up, we always had nannies or maids. And I've always, there has been once or twice where I didn't have one raising my kids. But I would say 95% of the time, I've always had a maid as well, and a full-time maid. But lately, I get one that comes in once a week, maybe twice a week. But that's because all the kids are out the house. Right. And it's easier to keep the house tidy than when you've got 3 kids growing up and you're at work and all of that. So, yeah, we've always had a nanny and sleep-in as well. I can remember my one nanny. And especially growing up on a farm as well, the nannies raised you because you were just always on some nanny's back. Or I can remember going to sit and eating out of their big black cauldron pots, sitting there eating with them. what was the other thing that I can, yeah, and you always end up with nicknames. I mean, my nickname is Tookie. Now, I have no idea why, but that's what the maids called me on the farm. So I was just Tookie. So, yeah, we grew up with nannies, and sleeping nannies were fantastic. And I mean, you didn't even, I mean, we weren't, okay, my grandparents were wealthy, but when my husband and I got married, I mean, none of us had anything. So we had to build from scratch, but we even had a nanny and a sleeping one as well. So I used to wake up, my bath water was run, a cup of coffee was standing on the edge of the bath, and I just used to toodle over and hop in. And she had taken care of the kids. They were ready and dressed for school, and off we went. So, yeah, most families will have a nanny those years, especially in the 80s.
Mhm.
I don't know
And
so much now, but yeah.
that was something that they showed also. They showed that the girl from South Africa, she had a stronger relationship with her nanny than she did her own parents, which was interesting. So
I don't know. Remember, sometimes when movies are made for America, they like to play up certain narratives.
embellish.
And we absolutely do have lions and elephants just wandering around outside. No, we don't. But that was the other thing as well. Like, people think that you have lions and elephants just walking around casually. No, not so much. But look, I do get that you can have a close relationship with your nanny. I remember the one nanny we had, Joyce. My daughter still to this day remembers Joyce because Joyce taught her to cook. Because I mean, I was busy building my practice. I'm a financial advisor. So I was still busy building my practice. So that meant, lots of long hours and going to see clients after hours that couldn't come to the bank during working hours. And I then at that time also had a sleeping nanny. So, yeah, I can understand that they would have a close relationship with the nanny, but I think it depends as well on the parent. But I think that could be anywhere. I mean, if I watch certain American sitcoms and I don't know if they still do those sitcoms, but if you think of now I can't think of a single bloody one. Nelson, Beverly, what's that one with Will Smith? Beverly,
Fresh
Prince of
Prince.
Bel-Air.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. If you think of The Nanny, a lot of sitcoms from America where you guys have housekeepers that are, or butlers or whatever, it does give the impression that the kids sometimes have a closer relationship with the caregiver during the day than with their own parent. But you would almost want that. I mean, if someone was looking after my child all day, I would want them to have that close, nurturing relationship because you don't want someone shaping your child that doesn't have a close, loving relationship with them. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but it depends on the parent as well. So I suppose, yeah, some people are just not meant to be parents.
That's true too.
Yeah.
But okay, well, we got a little over 10 minutes left of the show. Mac, you got anything else you wanna add before we start closing things up?
What were some of those favorite shows that you used to watch growing up?
You mean the cartoons?
Well, for like the Saturday, like cartoon, not that weren't cartoons, but just like Saturday shows that you grew up on.
Oh, goodness. As I said, I was already 9 years old before TV even came to South Africa.
Yeah.
And then we had it for exactly an hour. We only had it an hour in the day. And it was normally dedicated a good portion to the news. But we had stupid things like Benny Bookworm, which was translated to English would be Benny Bookworm, which was like a hand puppet thing. South African things, mostly in Afrikaans. I'm trying to think. I can only ever really Haasdas. Haasdas, which is a horse is a rabbit in English. And I have no idea what fucking das is. I think it was just to rhyme with horse. So yeah, it was just shit like that. But I mean, as I said, I was past the age where it was going to, that was for like young kids. I grew up with books, so books were my cartoons. I mean, I was reading full novels at age 10 already. My first book was
Yeah.
Elsa the Lion, and I was in grade 5 when I read that.
So
So I read a lot. I was a prolific reader as a child.
did you
So
like Goosebumps? Did you like that?
no, I didn't know about Goosebumps, but one of my grandchildren has Goosebumps. It's got like a green cover with like a funny toothy thing, if memory serves me correctly. So yeah, no, I didn't grow up with Goosebumps, but I was reading like Elsa the Lion was a novel, but it was about a lion, nature conservationist that raised a lion as a cub and then released her into the wild. So it was sort of like a docu-series book, but I remember that. So yeah, I was more of a reader. So yeah, I can't really think of anything offhand that I watched. I just know that when my kids were growing up, it was The Little Mermaid, Princess Bride, all those Aladdin, all those Disney movies that came out. Fievel Goes West or Fievel Goes West, all of that. I will tell you though that South Africa, I think, and I'm going out on a limb here because I'm talking as a middle class white woman here. I know that, but I think it's like that in any country where you've got your like ghetto areas or your like really low class slum areas where people do suffer. But I think just on average, we've got a pretty good life here. I wouldn't say 80% or 90% of the population has a good life, but for the average person living here, life isn't bad. What we pay for things is way less than what you guys pay for things. I used to chat to someone else on a daily basis that's from America, and we used to compare prices on meat and ordering out stuff from a restaurant. I think you guys call it DoorDash. We call it Mr. Delivery, where you phone in and order. So, yeah, and if you compare what we pay for a massive steak compared to what you pay, or if you're just ordering in food, like a delivery, like pizza or something, what we pay is a tuppence. It's a peanuts compared to what you guys pay. So I don't know why America is so expensive, especially with medication. Yeah, just
tell us about it.
Yeah, so it just boggles my mind because I have been all over the world with my work. We used to have these incentive trips for the advisors, and I'm very competitive. So if I do something, I always say if something's worth doing, it's worth doing well. So if you're going to do something, you might as well just nail it. So I always qualified for the trip. So we've been all over the world through my work, and wherever you go in the world, if you're buying something and it's a box, say it's a packet of Smarties or a box of Smarties, if you do the Rand conversion, then it probably works out to about the same price. But I find that America is very skewed now because you guys are paying a hell of a lot more. I'm talking supermarket price. If you walked into a supermarket and bought a packet of carrots and a packet of carrots here, you'd be paying more or less the same once the conversion's done, but not so much anymore. It seems like your food prices and everything have just gotten very expensive.
Oh yeah.
The quality,
in relation to what you
down.
earn. Yeah, especially in relation to what you earn. What your salary is and then what you're paying for certain things.
Well, and we're in a death spiral too, because people's like, well, we need more pay, and it's like, well, the businesses are just going to raise their prices again. We get paid more, then they gotta pay us more, and so they're just going to raise their prices again, and we're right back to where we started.
Yeah, you go to certain certain restaurants and you're paying like $40 per person.
Yeah, so that is like 800 in my money, because it's not 20 to the dollar. I think it's about 16 or 17 now. our rand is actually strengthened a little. But it's still a lot of money that, you pay to eat out. And if you just did the conversion back, it should sort of balance out, but it doesn't. You guys pay a lot. You really do.
Yeah, and then
I think.
we pay tips, so it's like,
Yeah.
gratuity
And
and
yeah,
habits.
tipping is big here as well. I mean, if I order pizza as a takeout, you've got to pay the delivery fee and you've got to tip the person that's coming to deliver the pizza. So he needs his tip as well. So sometimes it's just cheaper to get in your car and drive there and get the bloody stuff yourself. But half the time, I just say, when you've paid the petrol to go there and come back, well, we call it petrol, you call it gas. So yeah, by the time you've paid the gas, you could just as well have paid the delivery guy. And then I just look at it, it's money for him as well to feed his family.
All righty. Well, it is that hour. So, Miss Anjanette, I want to thank you for being our guest today. I very much enjoyed having you on. We'll have to have you on again in the future.
Much.
And
yeah,
then,
for sure.
So why don't you go ahead and plug what you got coming up?
Oh, nothing much. I've just released War of Ages, so please go and watch it. I didn't drop a link in the channel, but that's fine. It's on my channel. They'll find it.
I do believe I linked your channel in the description. So
yeah, so they can just go and watch it. I'm very chuffed with how it came out.
And then you've got a stream coming up with Cole Hauser in about an hour. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're streaming an hour from now. He's doing a toy stream. We haven't done one of those since before he left for MegaCon. That was the last time we did a toy stream. Yeah, and then since then, I've started live streaming as well. So our paths just haven't crossed since then. And since then, he's been on TNME. So yeah, I'm streaming with a celebrity today.
Oh, Cole Hauser going big time on us.
My third celebrity of the day.
He's very kind enough to pop in your chat from time to time.
Yeah, no, I see he does that with a lot of people's chats. Yeah, no, he's very kind that way. He's an awesome person.
All righty. And Mac, what you got coming up?
For the most part, I'm super busy in real life today, so I don't even know if I'm going to be able to catch all the D-Day Cobra streams. I'm going to try, but I don't know if I'll be able to catch the later one.
Yeah, but, I don't even know what I'm streaming about either tonight. It's just going to be on the fly, whatever. Whatever comes up.
As for the videos, I kind of go a while in between videos just because I have to rest my wrist. But I just dropped a recent one, so if you want to watch that one, it's me painting.
I saw it. It was lovely. I shared it on X as well. It was really watching it all come to life.
Yeah, and then that song, Draken helped me with it, but it was one of my creations. I had like 2 of them, but he was able to stitch them together in like a duet.
Nice.
Alrighty, and then as always, you can find me on X at Draken_199. This channel has its own X now at Draken_CM. Also, check out the Bonneville Blues channel. All their songs that drop on this channel will also be on that channel, and they have their own X as well. So keep an eye out for that. And we just got a lot going on over here on this channel. And then Monday drops the next song in the album for the Bonneville Blues. So, and then that's going to be going on until the 4th. So a new song each week until the 4th of July, and celebrating the 250th anniversary of our nation here. So,
that's awesome. That's really nice. I look forward to all of that.
All right.
And thank you very much for having me on, both of you. It was nice to join again.
We always enjoy having you on.
We do, and it's really because of her that we have this show. So.
Yeah,
I said, Makara was coming with all the hot questions in chat, and I was like, James, send her a link.
Well, and Jeanette, thank you for coming on. We'll have you on again in the future. And with that, I bid the chat and everyone else adieu. Have a great
Toodles.
night. A great
Bye.
day.
Bye.